or Cook could possibly bust one of those. I think it gives them more of a chance.
James Cook has got to get more involved. Just one reception, 4 yards. I mean, that was the name we talked about, right? His ability to be dangerous down the field, but also quick throws for Stetson. I think they got to have a plan for him early in this first drive.
And it was just a weak screen, flare screen.
Yeah.
Like third
Get the ball in space.
It wasn't anything that you're trying to go out of your way to get him the ball in space. Georgia's game plan wise, I would love to see how they change it up defensively. And Alabama, whoever scores a touchdown first, I think has a huge advantage in the second half.
Yeah, no touchdowns so far. As you see, locked in a defensive struggle. Alabama 9, Georgia 6 at half. Georgia making their way back on the field. Now that we've seen a little bit of this game, or at least a half of this game, and know what we know, Benjamin, what do you think is going to ultimately determine this in the second half, or who wins it?
A touchdown. I think he said it. I mean, it's establishing those long drives. And it seems like a game where, maybe a turnover.
Right.
Turnover could be the thing.
Defensive touchdown,
exactly,
maybe.
a defensive touchdown. Maybe a pick six. Maybe a fumble and a scoop and score, or something like that. There's gonna be some huge play that's made. And I think defense may be the side of the ball that makes it.
You ever drive by a car and you see that hubcap is wobbling like it's about to come off?
You don't want that.
It's been close, right? The ball, Stetson put the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
Price almost put the ball. We are so close to having a big momentum-changing turnover. I think that's what we see in the second half.
I think it's on Stetson. I think if Stetson can have a few big plays and rally them, I think their defense will continue to play well. But man, I think you got to build him some confidence. He's got to make some plays.
I'm excited to see what they're telling Alabama in that locker room, that defensively, we got to go out here and win this game.
Yeah.
We can't depend on our offense to give us too much more. They have us to lead right now. Defensively, we need a turnover and win it for us. If they don't score, they don't win.
You see Alabama making their way back out on the field. We see Nick Saban right there. He's coached in some of these tough games when he's not had his best players. We'll see what he comes up with. Does the Alabama dynasty continue, or can Georgia get this huge win? We will see you
Doesn't this feel like a Bama-Georgia game, right?
Yeah.
This is how it's supposed to finish, guys.
Let's crown a national champion, and back to Georgia Hometown Radio with Scott Howard, Eric Zier, and DJ Shockley. Enjoy the second half. We'll see you on SEC Football Final right here.
Community means different things to different people. To some, it's a simple good morning. To others, it runs a little deeper. In reality, it's all those little things that come together. We're a company that believes in all the things, the big ones and the small ones. Because when you put all those things together, communities get stronger. This is why we're proud to insure you, Alpha Insurance, for all the things.
Now, your caramel frappe in the morning can earn you a free McChicken in the afternoon. Because every order earns points with new My McDonald's Rewards. Download the app today to start earning free McDonald's. If you want a lover, I'll do anything you ask me to. If you want a partner, take my hand. If you wanna strike me down in anger, here I stand. I'm your man. John Spa, new fragrance.
Your heart is electric. So is this Nissan. And from the bold exterior to the serene interior, it'll make your heart beat even faster.
Is your bathroom stuck in an endless cycle of flush, stink, repeat? Ew. Better get Febreze Small Spaces. Press firmly to activate. And unlike the leading cone, Small Spaces continuously eliminates odors, preventing that endless odor cycle for up to 45 days. That's freshness you'll want in every small room. Closets? Yep. Kids' rooms? Good idea. Even when her bathroom is also your laundry room. Prevent odors with Febreze Small Spaces. Febreze, la 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 la.
I put in work. Wanna do what I do, better go and put in work. But I look so fresh every time I put in work. I can smell that dough every time
Is that throw?
I know, right? It's imported from Portugal. Got it at Marshall's for a total steal.
Nice.
Thanks.
is our score. 5 field goals in the game, 3 by Reichert and 2 by Podlesny. And plenty of defense here as we watch the second half from the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth. And this message from the Governor's Office of Highway Safety: the penalty for getting a DUI can cost up to $10,000. That's why the Governor's Office of Highway Safety says drive sober so you won't get pulled over.
Yeah, plenty of defense indeed in that first half. Georgia offensively, we've talked about it a bunch here over halftime. And just we've got to eliminate the penalties and get in front of the chains against this Alabama defense. Where you're 1st and 15, 2nd and 10, 2nd and 12, very hard to go make anything happen, and we've just been out of sync because of that. You really like what you're doing on the defensive side of the ball, but these next 3 minutes, who wins these opening drives, going to go a long way to who wins this football game.
Yeah, the penalty number was certainly excessive for Georgia, 7 in the first half. Our large number for the year is 10, and that came way back against Clemson. Here's the kick by Alabama to get the second half underway. It'll go to McIntosh, about 4.5 yards deep in the end zone. He'll make the catch and take a knee. And off we go from the 25-yard line for the Georgia offense. Bulldogs football brought to you in part by your Atlanta area BMW centers, providing legendary performance, exceptional offers, and a premium ownership experience. At BMW, they only make one thing: the ultimate driving machine. Visit BMWATL.com today. Proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics.
Jamari Sawyer back into the football game at his left tackle position. That's good news for the Dogs.
He was out for much of the second quarter. Roderick Jones replacing him. Now here is Zamir White running hard over the line of scrimmage, past the 30, angles to his left and hit it the 35 and a half. Picks up a first down on the first carry of the second half. Helms and McKinstry on the stop, but it's an 11-yard gain and a Scana Energy first down for the Bulldogs. And Jones is in there at left tackle, and McClendon is at right tackle. We've got Salyer at right guard, so Erickson is the one that's out, and Schaefer's at left guard, and then Van Pran is the center. Bennett talking to his offensive line now, and Zamir White steps in from behind to listen in as well. 1st and 10 Dogs at the 36. Snap to Stetson. Hand off Zamir. They tackle his legs. He puts his hand on the turf at the 35 to keep his balance. He's up across the 50 and into Alabama territory at the 45-yard line. Broken tackle from the free safety, Helms. And then Battle, the other safety, made the stop in Alabama territory at the 45-yard line. And that's a 19-yard gain and a Scana Energy first down for Zamir White. 1st and 10 Georgia at the Alabama 45.
Second run in a row right at Will Anderson. Roderick Jones, a good job twice in a row. That time just pushed him into the line of scrimmage.
3 tight ends. We go under center. Flea flicker back to Bennett. He's going to go deep down the near sideline. Nobody there. Ball lands incomplete at the 15. Pickens is walking back the other direction. He was the only guy on that side of the field, and maybe some miscommunication there because George never made it down the field that far when the ball landed incomplete. And there's a flag in the Georgia backfield.
Boy, they're going to call that intentional grounding.
Offense, number 13. He relinquished the football. He is not allowed to illegally ground the football. Lost it down at the spot of the foul. Second down.
That is a terrible call right there. If a receiver breaks off a route and there's miscommunication, how can you call that intentional grounding? There was miscommunication. Pickens stopped his route. Stetson Bennett threw it downfield, and now all the momentum stopped on this one again. Second forever.
So it's a loss of down and a penalty back to the Georgia 46. It's second down and very long for the Dogs. Second down and 19. Bennett to throw, right flat to Cook. Caught at the 49, crosses midfield into Alabama territory and hit down at the 43 on the far sideline. Henry To'o, the linebacker, and Jackson, the quarterback, make the tackle on Cook. We made up a little bit of the yardage. See, it's going to be third down and about 8 to go from the Alabama 43.
Yeah, at least manageable. Good smart decision there by Stetson Bennett out of the backfield. James Cook just on a little out route.
Picked up 11. It'll be third down and 7 for the Bulldogs. Ball on the Alabama 43, far hash, moving to our left from this vantage point. Cook in the backfield with Bennett. 2 receivers left, 1 to the right. Alabama's defense creeps up into the gap. Now they back up. Bennett rolls to his right, try to elude the rush, and just heaves it into the Alabama bench. Incomplete.
Alabama only brought 4, but a nice little stunt that freed up an oncoming rusher there, and Stetson, nothing he can do there but get that one out of his hand. I go back to that intentional grounding.
Yep.
It is. I don't know how you can make that determination if you're a ref on the field. They came back and talked about it. You saw the sideline judge pointing at George Pickens saying, there was a receiver, and then they still go drop it.
4th down, we'll have to punt. Jake Camarda will try to pooch it in deep, and he does so. Bolden back inside the 10 to make the fair catch. Around the 7 or the 8-yard line. 36-yard poocher by Jake Camarda, who's kicked it well for the Dogs in this ball game.
My whole life is on this phone, so they're here to protect it at all costs.
How about at no cost? With AT&T Active Armor, you get 24/7 network security at no extra charge, because your security is our priority.
Great, I'll take it.
J75 in progress.
Is J75 code for nice, helpful lady?
No.
It's not complicated. AT&T 5G is fast, reliable, and secure with 24/7 proactive network security by AT&T Active Armor.
If Philly Garcia didn't have the fighting spirit to drive his ambition, he never would have left home for LA with only his car to sleep in. If he listened to those who rejected him, he never would have sold that car to pay for his dream. And if he lacked the will to improve his craft, he never would have made a name for himself, lining up some of the biggest names in pro sports. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
With Early Paycheck, you can get your direct deposit up to 2 days earlier. That's another reason banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Even easier than this.
Well, honey, which one are you going to open up first?
Yep, even easier than that. Plus, with no fees or minimums on checking and savings accounts, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
My operator said, hey, one of our regular customers had a heart transplant recently. Would you be okay with me introducing you to them? I was like, absolutely, man.
That's when I got to meet Brian. We've both had a heart transplant and love Chick-fil-A. Brian represents older me because of what he's been through.
I was so happy to be able to be that person in Shay's life.
It's nice knowing someone in the community able to talk to you like that.
I'm glad that I'm in this journey, in this story right now with Shay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Georgia 9-6 with 12:46 remaining third quarter, and they will start this possession at their own 7-yard line. Dogs with 8 penalties now, and Z, you're a little hot after that last one.
Yeah, I'm not happy with it at all. There's no way a receiver runs the wrong route, the quarterback throws it where he's supposed to be. There's no way you drop that flag.
They called intentional grounding on the play against Georgia. Here's a handoff for Alabama as they run it with Robinson, angles to the left and pushes forward up close to the 10-yard line. Stop made by Devontae Wyatt and Nolan Smith for the Bulldogs defense. The gain was 3. They'll call it to the 10, second down and 7.
Worst starting field position for the Crimson Tide today, and Dogs important here coming out of the locker room at halftime. Get a stop, keep control of field position, see if you can get a couple of quick points.
We bring 4. Young back on his 3 to launch this pass, and it's intercepted on the overthrow. Christopher Smith catches it on the pick at the Alabama 43 as he falls to the turf. Georgia will have the ball going the other way at the Alabama 43.
Boy, Bryce Young, for one of the few times they had all kinds of time to just overshoots his receiver by about 5 yards. Christopher Smith there like a center fielder to haul it in.
Jaleel Billingsley, the tight end from Chicago, was the deep target there for Bryce Young, who just uncorked one from inside his 5 and heaved it up for grabs. And as Z pointed out, Christopher Smith, the center fielder there on the near sideline, was the guy that ran under it and intercepted the football. Dogs 1st and 10 at the Alabama 43-yard line. First turnover of the ball game. McIntosh runs it out of the backfield, right flat, pass in that direction towards Brock Bowers is tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost intercepted off the deflection. Will Anderson with the batted ball. Ball, fortunately for Georgia, lands on the turf incomplete.
Boy, Dogs had something there too. We faked a little screen pass to our running back. Had Brock Bowers coming back underneath on a slip screen. That one gets completed. He's running for days.
Mathis goes out of the ball game. No, that is Young, for Alabama. He heads to the sideline. 2nd down and 10, Dogs at the Alabama 43, trying to do something after the interception. Bennett in the shotgun. McIntosh to his left in the backfield. 2 receivers wide to the right. Bennett looks that way first, then comes back to the left and dumps it off to Kenny McIntosh. He breaks one tackle, he breaks another. And then he's twisted around in the same spot long enough for a 3rd Alabama defender to get to him right around the Tide 40. The gain is only 3. He broke McKinstry's tackle and then Harris's tackle, and it was Turner that finally got McIntosh to the turf. 3-yard gain will make it 3rd down and 7 for the Dogs from the Alabama 40.
Now Stetson Bennett was under all kinds of duress there. Did a good job just getting that football out of his hands to McIntosh on the check down. A nice effort there by McIntosh to fight forward for a couple of yards.
Mitchell and McConkey out wide to the right. We move Bowers in motion, set him up as a wing to the right. Bennett going to roll in that direction from the start, and he slings it into the sideline, incomplete. A.D. Mitchell was the guy running the route right on the Alabama sideline, but Bennett missed everything as he threw it into the bench. Incomplete. We'll bring up 4th down. Dogs can do nothing with the interception.
Boy, Dogs right now just having a hard time handling Will Anderson. We moved Stetson out of the pocket purposely there, away from Anderson, trying to chip Anderson with a running back. He ran right past our guys and was still in hot pursuit.
We'll punt it from the 40. Camarda, high hanger, backspin on it, flipping end over end, back towards the line of scrimmage, going to check up at the 5, bounce. Oh, we took a chance there, we let it roll. We had 4 guys down there to field it, and it was Bowers that finally covered it up at the 2-yard line. We've kicked him into a hole again. Jake Camarda and Jack Podlesny might be our MVPs.
Doug. And it's easy to customize your insurance at libertymutual.com, so you only pay for what you need. Isn't that right, Limu? Limu? Sorry, 1 second. There he is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Can I get a hamburger? Small fries and a vanilla shake.
And 1 Big Mac. Thanks.
You've been loyal. We want to reward that. Introducing My McDonald's Rewards. Now every order earns points redeemable for free McDonald's.
Son, it's time we had the talk. No, Dad. T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places, so even here I can use my new iPhone 13 Pro with 5G to share this video I made with your mom in cinematic mode. What? Plus, with speeds as fast as Wi-Fi nationwide, I can upload this fast. I'm not sure you want to share that. Too late. Already hit send.
T-Mobile has more 5G bars in more places than anyone. Just one of the reasons T-Mobile is the leader in 5G.
Your heart is electric. So is this Nissan. And from the bold exterior to the serene interior, it'll make your heart beat even faster.
Need long-lasting freshness? Try Febreze Unstoppable's Touch Fabric Spray. It doesn't just eliminate odors. Simply shake and spray to unlock the breakthrough power of touch-activated scent technology that lasts, even hours later. That's because Febreze Touch stores scent in your fabrics, so you get bursts of freshness with every touch. Your whole world will come alive. Welcome home to fresh with Febreze Touch.
Bulldogs. Southeast Mortgage of Georgia
License number 103956. Georgia Residential Mortgage License number 6578.
Listen up, dog fans. There's bad weather coming, and don't let it ruin your season. Get a strong, sturdy, dependable, beautiful metal roof from Georgia Metals in Danielsville, Moultrie, or Nahana. Go to georgiametals.com. Go Dogs! Get a metal roof.
Back inside the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Alabama will start from its own 2-yard line with a 9-6 lead over Georgia here in the third quarter of the national championship game in Indianapolis, Indiana. Dogs will run Nolan Smith on late, although a few seconds left in the timeout. William Poole comes out for the Bulldogs. So Alabama's quarterback, Bryce Young, and their running back, Robinson, will line up in this formation standing in the end zone. Tied on their own 2-yard line. 4-down lineman for the Dogs. Fake the jet sweep to the left and hand it off straight ahead to Robinson. He's fighting and driving and pushing for yards. He may have gotten to the 3 or 4, but not a whole lot there as the Dogs crowded up between the tackles.
Boy, give Robinson some credit right there. He was stopped. We had him look dead for rights at the 1-yard line. He's able just to push and fight forward, only for a half-a-yard pickup, but that could have been right on the goal line.
2nd and 9 for Alabama on the 3. Middle of the field between the hash marks. My reference there. Here's Robinson, runs over the line of scrimmage, hops over a tackler, still on his feet as he is forced into the Georgia sideline, stiff-arming men as he goes, and finally pushed out of bounds around the 19 or the 20-yard line on this near sideline. A heck of a run by Brian Robinson as Quay Walker finally got him out of bounds. That's their longest run of the contest, 16 yards for Robinson.
Boy, Alabama was able to get up to our second level. Great seal block on our linebackers. Chris Smith came down with contain, did exactly what he wanted to do, forced Robinson into the middle, but there was no linebacker there to close it.
Young going to hand it off to Robinson, who swings around the left edge now, cuts upfield, tackled by Christopher Smith as he circled around the left tackle and back between the hash marks down at the 27-yard line. And that's 8 more as the Dogs are giving up yardage on the ground now, which we didn't do in the first half. Alabama looking at 2nd down and 8, or 2nd down and 2 after an 8-yard gain.
Well, already a successful drive here for Alabama. A couple of first downs, flip field position again. Dogs had an opportunity.
Young in the shotgun. They run the tight end, Latu in motion left. Play fake, they'll throw it out to the receiver out on the left side, and we played it pretty well with Channing Tindall. The pass was made down the line of scrimmage, and it was caught by Holden, and Tindall over there quickly to make the stop, but they only needed 2 yards for a first down, and they got 3 up to the 30, so they pick up the 1st and 10, move the sticks, and Alabama off their own 2-yard line and up to the 30 with 8:55 on the clock here in quarter number 3. Clock is moving. Alabama with a 9-6 lead on Georgia. 1st and 10 from the 30. Snap it to Young. He'll throw it to the near side, flat-footed, and he wings it out to Holden on the near side, and tackled going into the sideline. Christopher Smith chased him down at the 32-yard line. The gain is only 2.
That was a run-pass option there. Bryce Young liked what he saw with the matchup on the outside, but the speed of the Dogs able to close in on that one and keep it to a minimal gain.
2nd down 8 for Alabama on their own 32-yard line. They go with an empty set this time. Young in the shotgun, 3 receivers. Well, he had 2 to each side, it looked like. Maybe a tight end in the formation as well. They throw it quickly out to the near side to Brooks. And Brooks will be brought down by the linebacker, Nolan Smith, on the near side at the 37. They move it back the length of the football. And he got about 5 on the play. It's going to be 3rd down and 3 for Alabama. They're up to the line quickly.
Good recognition there by Nolan Smith on the screen. Saw the lineman release, reversed his course, able to get in on the tackle.
Tied 3rd and 3 on their own 37. They lead by 3 here in the third quarter. 3s are wild. Young, shotgun snap. He takes it, he drops back, he looks, he has time. He dumps it off to the back on the near side, caught by Sanders. And he's hit at the 38, fights for yardage up to the 40. And I think he just barely got the first down. He needed to get to the 40. Quay Walker, if he makes the initial tackle, he doesn't get it. But he fought for extra yards and was able to kind of backpedal his way to the 40-yard line and move the sticks.
Boy, great effort there by Sanders. Quay Walker in position. Lost his footing just a little bit, which impacted the initial hit.
Alabama just moving about 3 yards at a chunk. And it's not a big chunk. Play fake to the right, throw it back to the left. We read that one well. They throw it to Holden, and he's sandwiched by 2 Georgia defenders at the 41. Darian Kendrick and Christopher Smith both converged to make the hit on Holden on the far side. The gain is 2 to the 42-yard line for Alabama.
A lot of east and west right now from Alabama. About time they go east and west, and then there's a shot downfield.
Snap to Young. They go quickly. Helmet off for one of the Alabama players. Young throws it to the left side. It's caught around the 47. And Lewis Seen latches on quickly for the Georgia defense, and they ride each other out of bounds at the 48. That was Robinson, the running back. And their right guard is a guy that lost his hat. He's got to go out of the game now. That's Ekior, excuse me.
No, sorry about that, Scott. Lewis Seen hit Robinson up high. You can see how strong Robinson is right there, just pushing Lewis Seen around a little bit.
3rd down and 2 for the Tide at their own 48. 10th play of the possession for Alabama. They started at their own 2, inching their way to midfield. Throw it out quickly to Robinson. He's open in the flat, and he's got running room. He's into Georgia territory now. Inside the 40, tackled by Keely Ringo around the legs at the 39-yard line. Let's see where they spot it. Maybe back on the 40. And that's a gain of 12. On a simple little route to the running back, Z was wide open on the right side.
Yeah, Dogs brought pressure. He's the free release and the side adjust off of it. Good recognition there by Bryce Young.
1st and 10, Alabama. They keep picking it up on 3rd down. They hand it off to Brian Robinson. He's high-stepping down inside the hash marks, close to the 35, maybe the 34-yard line. Tyndall and Jalen Carter on the stop for the Georgia defense. And he got 6 to the 34-yard line, and Georgia's got a player sitting on the ground slow to get up, and that's Jalen Carter. And immediately 3 staffers run out to tend to him from Georgia's medical and training staff. And they'll take a TV timeout. Clock stopped with 5:25 to...
So if that goes 85, that makes you... Are you asking if I'm 85 years old? Sea turtles live to be 150, so... No, I was not.
Geico, saving people money for 85 years.
You want fries with that?
Introducing Wendy's new hot and crispy fries. Preferred almost 2 to 1 over McDonald's. Try them today, only at Wendy's.
Are you kidding me? I'm getting sick of the industry. Oh, please.
These sucks wanna kill me, but I won't let it. And I try to give them hell, but they don't get it. So I tell myself when I sleep at night, don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight. This life will get you down, but I keep living. So I tell myself when I sleep at night, don't lose sight, baby, don't lose sight.
America's most reliable network is going ultra with Verizon 5G Ultra Wideband now in many more cities so you can do more. Hey, it's Mindy! Downloading a movie up to 10 times faster than before. Oh, is that the one where the mom becomes a... Yep. I knew it! And Claire in HD Clarity. Good. Steve, is it jelly? This place is packed! Couldn't even send a text in a crowd before.
Go Dogs!
Back in the Piedmont Healthcare radio booth, Alabama has had the ball for almost 6 minutes on this possession. They moved from their 2 to the Georgia 34. 2nd down and 4 coming up for Alabama. Moving to our right as we watch it here in the 3rd quarter. They lead Georgia 9-6. Handoff Robinson. He angles right at tackle and then pushes forward to the 31-yard line. Trayvon Walker, the lineman from Thomaston, Georgia, makes the initial hit at the 31. The gain was 3. It's 3rd and a yard.
Boy, this entire drive, Bama's been in 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 situations.
Yeah, and they're mopping up, too. They've made them all.
They are.
5 of 11 on 3rd down tonight. And 3rd and 1 here. This is their third down conversion opportunity of this possession. They run Brooks in motion across the formation left and hand it off to Robinson. And he dragged Devontae Wyatt across the line of scrimmage and got the first down at the 28 and a half. Wyatt was hanging on and being dragged about a yard and a half by the powerful running back, Brian Robinson for Alabama. 1st and 10 at the 29. The game was 2.
Boy, Dogs need to hunker down right now and stop this drive.
Again, Robinson, non-stop. This time hit at the 31 around the knees by Nolan Smith, and he tumbles forward, falls to the 30. He's going to lose a yard, or a portion of one anyway, back to the 30-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and about 11 now for Alabama. Ball's on the near hash, and Alabama moving to our right. They're on the Georgia 30 with a 3-point lead here late in the 3rd quarter, less than 3:50 remaining.
Everything Alabama's done on this drive is just to the sidelines, getting it out of Bryce Young's hands quick. There's been nothing vertical.
4 down linemen for the Dogs. Empty backfield for Young. He's got 3 to the left and 2 to the right. He's got time to throw, and he does. He launches one, and a back shoulder throw to Brooks inside the 10 on the near sideline is incomplete. He was trying to catch it low below his waist and unable to hang on. Lewis Seen had good tight coverage on the sideline for Georgia. It'll be 3rd down and long now for Alabama. 3rd and 11. We'll see how they are with these type of conversions from the Georgia 30.
Boy, great coverage right there by Seen. Dogs again staying aggressive, went man-to-man, brought pressure.
6 of 12 on 3rd down tries. They may have gotten away with a hold on that last play. Their right guard may have been holding, but there wasn't a flag on it. 3rd down 11. Here comes pressure up the gaps from Georgia. Alabama picks it up all right. They throw a deep ball, and it's in and out of the hands at the 9. Ajay Hall, the freshman, running from left to right towards the sideline. Looked like it hit him in the hands around the 9 and plopped right on the turf. Christopher Smith was covering. Yeah, he just dropped it right off his hands. My goodness.
Dogs catch a break right there. You can't throw that football any better. And Bryce Young did it with pressure right in his face. I'm not sure who it was that got to him. Channing Tindall.
Tindall playing very well for Georgia tonight, leading tackler on the team thus far. They'll go reaching for another field goal, this time from 48 yards near hash to the right. It's blocked. The field goal is blocked. The ball is bouncing and covered up by Georgia at the 20. The Dogs block the kick. They blocked the 48-yard try. It's Georgia's football going the other way.
Boy, the momentum plays right now, going for the Dogs. Interception, we get the block field goal. Now we've got to get something going on the offensive side.
Jalen Carter got that big left arm up in the air and blocked it while he was being blocked himself. He got the deflection. The Dogs take over. They stop Alabama's long, methodical drop.
Now, your caramel frappe in the morning can earn you a free...
Just waiting on about 10 more seconds here in this TV.